that's going to be before us later this evening, and that is, the resolution determining the trustee position to be vacant. And I think it's important to bring this up because of the fact that, a lot of discussion's been made about this, talked about, and people have tried to make it other than what it really is. I mean, the fact of the matter is what we need to do is, as a board, come to agreement on what is right in our community. And this isn't based on any personality. It's not based on any past, differences that anyone has had with anybody on this board. But it's based on what is correct, what is lawfully correct, what is legal. And our village attorney judiciously put together a 5-page memorandum that I hope everybody took the time to read, because there was some very good information in here, I believe, concerning this matter. And, when I was at this seminar in Palatine, there was 10 mayors there, along with myself, from Cook County. And all 10 of those mayors expressed their concern about what was going on in our village. And I want to tell you, even the Secretary of State, Jesse White, had heard about this situation. Along with him was his assistant, Jill Zwick, who had been a former state representative here in this community. And Jill came up to me after Secretary White had finished his remarks. And I've known Jill for a number of years, and she said to me, she said, "Bill, I don't understand what's going on in Carpentersville. It's like a bad soap opera. What is going on in that community?" And I just want to let you all know that people, whether you want to believe this or not, are paying very close attention to what is going on in our community. And it's embarrassing, frankly. When I get out into the community and I talk to other people around this area, around the state of Illinois, I hear disparaging remarks more often than not about our community. They don't understand why we have these type of things occurring. They don't understand why a trustee would do the type of things that one of our trustees has been convicted of and thinks that he can remain on the board. They don't understand it. They just frankly do not understand it. And they expressed those concerns to me. They said, quite frankly, how can anyone believe that they can commit a crime like that, be convicted of that crime, be charged and found guilty by a judge, and not step aside from that position? And you know what? I have the same concern. And here is, I think, a very pertinent part of the memorandum that Attorney Rhodes put together. And it says, when determining whether there is a vacancy in office due to the conviction of the office holder of an infamous crime, the test set forth by the Supreme Court is whether or not the act violated commonly accepted principles of honesty and decency. And I challenge anyone sitting in this room that lives in this town to tell me that we are now going to be known as the community that has a standard so low that we will allow a person who has been found guilty of a crime involving using a weapon against another individual to remain as a elected or a person in authority on our board. I find that incredible. I mean, and everyone I've spoken to that's an elected official has expressed the same type of outrage to me. There is right now a website that's doing an informal poll. And that poll right now indicates that 96 people who have logged on to this and voted, 96 people have voted that Trustee Humphers should be removed, 6 people have said that he should stay. 96 to 6. 96 to 6. So I just want to let you know that that is the overriding opinion. I don't care what the signs say out here that people are holding up, because these are all obviously people who are friends of Trustee Humpher. And this has nothing to do with friendship. This has nothing to do with political party affiliation. This has nothing to do with anything but one item. And that item is, what is this community going to stand for? What are our standards? Are we going to be a sanctuary community for people who abuse their spouses? Is that what we're going to stand for? Is that what Carpentersville is going to be known for? You know, there was a time not long ago when we were all asked, what do we want to see happen in this village? And the overriding opinion was, we need to improve our image. We need to improve our image. Now you tell me how supporting somebody who has been convicted, been charged, tried, convicted of domestic abuse, a domestic battery. And yes, it was a misdemeanor, but Attorney Rhodes also researched that situation. And it clearly states that infamous crimes, and an infamous crime is what is important here, because an infamous crime is what determines whether or not an office holder stays in office. And it's not limited to just felonies. It can also be a misdemeanor. He was not only charged with, he was convicted of 4 counts of domestic battery. That is a very serious charge and very serious conviction. He used a weapon in the commission of this crime. That is serious, folks. Very serious. I mean, would any of you sitting out here, any of you this evening, consider any of your loved ones who was treated in that manner to be unreasonable to request that that person, first of all, be punished for that act, and secondly, not hold a position of power in the community? That is ridiculous. On the face of it, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I would hope that this board, and I have faith in this board, you know, truthfully, we've had our differences, we don't always agree on things, but I have faith in this board that they do care about this community, they do care about our image, they do want us to move ahead, and until this cloud is removed from us, that cannot happen. And we need to move ahead. And this isn't about any personal vendetta, any personal individual, or any differences I may have personally with anyone on this board. This is about what this community needs to do the right thing. That's what it's about. It's about doing the right thing. It's about making good judgments. It's about doing what's good for the community so that people can feel proud to live here in Carpentersville. And that's very important. It's important to me, and it should be important to all of us. And that concludes my report.